not perform fellatio on our microphones.
Ew, yuck!
Welcome to the Backlot 605 podcast. I am one of your hosts. I am Casey.
I'm Brian.
And we are here on episode 30. We are joined, finally, once again, with Chris.
It took him forever!
It's been a long month and a half.
It's been.
You'd think you had personal shit going on and just...
Well, I was available the week Casey was gone and the week you were gone. But then everything else, though, was me. So...
No, it's been a weird couple weeks for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Dream Team's back.
Welcome to the Summer Dome.
The what?
The what?
Summer. It's welcome
The
to
Summer Dome. The Backlot 605 Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, bitch.
All right. Anyway, speaking of teams, we're going to be building a team today. Because last week we built ourselves as the Avengers. This week we are going to fan cast the X-Men because, well, in all honesty, I don't know about you guys, I do not give two shits about the Dark Phoenix movie.
Nope.
Oh, come on. Just because
Are you being devil's advocate?
Just because we've already seen this before.
Yes, and it wasn't good the first time.
Okay.
That's the only thing that they can do is at least make it better.
That was...
It doesn't look better.
You know, as much as we want to give shit to Singer about Days of Futures Past, we can at least say that it wasn't Singer's fault for X-Men United. That was all Brett Ratner.
Yeah, they fucked that up.
Yeah. X-Men The Last Stand is pretty mediocre.
There's at least...
I don't hate it. It's not good.
There's at least a couple of good saving graces, and that's in casting of Last Stand. That's Kelsey Grammer and Ellen Page.
Yes. And Magneto levitates a fucking bridge, and it's awesome.
Well, that too.
Anyway, we'll get to some more X-Men talk here later on in our main topic, but let's jump to the box office. This week, number one, Godzilla King of the Monsters, $49 million. And a somewhat disappointing weekend for sure, at least from what I was expecting. This is the movie I thought was going to top Avengers, of course. We had two other movies before that did it. But Godzilla only pulling $49 million in its first week with a $170 million budget.
Are we thinking that we might have a problem with this?
Nah, foreign's going to pick up.
Yeah, I was going to say, has the international box office even opened?
I am not sure. I don't have that because I'm a dirty
100...
American and I only list the American stuff.
They made $130 million so far.
So
foreign.
So they're not doing too...
It'll make its money back, but this is not numbers you would...
Does that include China?
I don't know if it's opened in China.
It's not a lot.
But...
Because I say I guarantee Japan probably like, give us Godzilla!
But I would say the real problem is the fact that 2014 Godzilla opened with $93 million.
I was expecting closer to that $80-90 million range.
I don't know. Maybe people are seeing it the same way I did based on the trailers and whatnot. I'm still sticking with the whole, like, I'm trying to wrap my head around the segue into Kong versus Godzilla, and just everything about this movie just makes no sense to me. And obviously, from just the little bits I've been picking up here and there, I'm not missing much.
It's giant monsters fighting.
That's about it.
That's it. That's all you need. I'm also 12 years old, so that's all I want to see in movies.
That's one hell of an epic beard for a 12-year-old.
Yeah. This movie, I had the chance to watch it. It's not good.
I stand by my previous statement.
It's a fun movie, but it's not something I would go and rewatch. It is something where I would just watch clips on YouTube of the monster fights, and I would not probably sit down and watch again.
Okay, so of the acting that is in it, because I've heard there's some problems with the characters and all that, is there at least any shining stars? Is there any saving graces to any of them?
The actors do fine for what they're given. It's a first draft script, though. It's terrible dialogue. I rolled my eyes constantly watching this movie. Ken Watanabe is the standout, though. He is the man.
How is Millie Bobby Brown for a first time movie?
She's good in it. Yeah, her character is terrible, but she's good in it.
And how about Farmiga?
She's good. They're all good in it, like I said, but their characters are just so poorly written. And I don't know if they would have focused the entire movie on Ken Watanabe as the lead, then that would have helped this movie a lot. They have way too many characters in this movie. For some reason, I don't know what it is about like monster movies, they like to throw dozen main characters into it. It's like, why do you need that many people?
Why do you need Thomas Middleditch?
Yeah, why do you need Ice Cube's son?
Hey, you give O'Shea some credit where he's doing pretty good.
He is doing good for himself,
for
but-
being Ice Cube's son and living in that shadow.
Yeah, but it's not his fault. None of the problems are with the actors. It's within the script, and I think everything else besides that is fantastic.
Side note.
Except a movie starts with its script.
Have you seen any of the promo stuff with O'Shea Jackson?
Yes, it's great. I love it.
Okay, just checking.
With him riding with the big Godzilla suit.
in
Yeah.
the lowrider.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's awesome. I wish the movie was more like that.
All right, so how about number 2?
Number 2, Aladdin, $42 million, not too far behind Godzilla King of the Monsters.
No, but I mean, for a second week, that actually took a bigger hit than I expected it to.
Yep, dropped a 53% change, 185 total gross domestically on a $183 million budget. That leads to a question I have for this. Any of you haven't seen Aladdin yet?
No.
Are we going to get an Aladdin 2?
No.
They've been talking about adding some sequels. We're getting a Jungle Book 2.
That's true.
Well, yeah, because Favreau's already working on that.
Yeah.
And Maleficent too.
Yep. I think that. Why isn't Disney doing that already? I
Who's-
wish that was the route they went with their live action movies.
Maybe
It's just
they
made
have.
them a sequel to
Sequel
the
to the-
original animated one.
Nah. Why do that when you can just make the other one again and
Just
just
remake
make
the same
and make
movie
more
again.
money?
Just get the nostalgia machine going.
Granted, at least from what I'm hearing though, is that at least Lion King is longer than the original animated one, and there's more stuff
Adding
to it.
stuff to it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, I guess I can't say much for Aladdin yet since I
Aladdin
haven't
has
seen it
added
yet.
a new character, and they've added, I think, 1 or 2 new songs.
Good. At least they are trying to add as opposed to just literally just regurgitating.
Yeah, that's why they just need to do either Return to Jafar or King of Thieves as the sequel, and make those better.
So does that mean we're gonna get Lion King 1.5 and see it from the Timon and Pumbaa version?
That's the
Yes.
greatest animated movie ever made.
Now imagine just Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner sitting in the theater watching the first Lion King. That's how you do Lion King 1.5.
Yes.
Take all the money. Take it all.
That would be-
Just do Mystery Science 3000 version.
With Seth Rogen. And I would watch that.
Oh, I would totally watch that.
Disney, you can take that idea. Please do it.
And then give us our residuals, please.
Yes, we want that Disney money.
Disney money.
Number 3, Rocket Man, $25 million on its first week out. Not too bad for this movie opening up against Godzilla and Aladdin.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
I think the studio will take this as a win.
Yes. I mean, if you're looking at what it's up against.
It's a stacked weekend overall, and you still have the holdover of Aladdin, John Wick, and Avengers in the theater. So for a musical biopic,
Well, that's what I was going to say is a biopic, for one, isn't everybody's bag. A musical is not everybody's bag, and to be a musical biopic, I think it actually did pretty well. I think based on the fact that it's who it is about,
helps.
I think it helps everything.
Yeah, I really want to see this. I think I unfortunately made the choice to go watch Godzilla instead of this.
I told you.
But monsters.
I told
But
you.
monsters.
I told you.
But monsters.
I don't care. I told you.
But yeah, Rocket Man. I'm excited to see it. I will eventually watch this at some point, but we will have a review for that coming up soon from our contributing writer Andy Erickson.
He enjoyed it.
He did. He enjoyed it. I've heard very good reviews from a lot of people on this movie.
Except for Andy.
Except
No,
for
the
the
other
fat
Andy.
dude.
Except I did see a tweet come out from him that he said that that's why you have to look at criticism from a subjective point of view, and that he read a review of someone basically praising all the things that he was giving shit about. So it is exactly just that.
Welcome
it
to
is also
film criticism
It's
101.
it's all subjective.
Number 4 at the box office, Ma, $18 million, the Octavia Spencer horror film on a $5 million budget. That is not bad. Blumhouse is doing it again.
You know what? I look at that $5 million budget.
Four of it's for Octavia.
Well, I was gonna say at least one of it is for Octavia,
At least.
and then everything else is spread out amongst everything else.
Again, if this was any other weekend, I would be in the theater to watch Ma.
I told you to go over Ma too.
Yeah,
I told you to.
life
I
gets in
legit
the
told
way.
you. I legit told you not to go see Godzilla.
I
To
see.
go see one of the other ones.
I still enjoyed Godzilla for how bad it is. Yeah, Ma, it's doing really good at the box office. I've heard decent things about it. I'm still excited to see it.
Well, and like you said, though, I mean, it literally tripled its budget in the first week. So, I mean, even though 18 at number 4 looks pretty abysmal for its budget, that's amazing.
That is, yeah, that's a big opening weekend.
Yep.
Rounding off the top 5, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, $11 million in its third week out. Total domestic gross, $125 million.
Oh, is that all?
That's all. So that's the box office for the week. What did you guys check out there? Did you watch any of these movies? How many times have you seen Avengers now in the theaters? We want to know.
Once.
Yeah, once. We fail. Anyway, let's move on to some of the news for the week. The first piece of news we got is we got a new trailer for the next Pixar movie, Onward, which comes out in March 2020. What did you guys think of this Tom Holland, Chris Pratt animated film?
I don't like Chris Pratt's voice. He's doing Thor's voice from Infinity War. That's what he's doing.
He's doing what he mocked in Infinity War. That's exactly what I felt too. But I think it works because it's a goofy animated movie.
Yeah.
I apologize for not having seen this, but now I definitely want to see this because I just want to hear an entire movie of Chris Pratt doing Chris Hemsworth.
Trying to be
That's what he's
both
doing.
Macho Man. Yeah. So this is basically going to be Pixar's buddy road trip movie. And I'm all for that. I kind of realized Pixar hasn't done that yet, and I think that's a cool way to go with this next animated film.
Quick side note. Avengers only has 75 million. You think they could pull it off to beat Avatar?
Nope.
When they re-release it in 10 years, yes. I'm excited for this movie. I think it'll be a lot of fun. For some reason, I got a Goofy movie vibes from it.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
And you know,
And a Goofy movie's awesome, so
Well,
maybe
like-
this one will be just
like you said, I mean, this isn't the typical what we're used to getting kind of movie, and so you know, maybe it'll be a time for a good change of pace.
Oh, they're gonna make us cry though. They always do.
Well, it's fucking Pixar.
Of course. From what I read on the plot, they go looking for their dad, who's dead. So.
Oh yeah, we're gonna cry.
Yep.
We're gonna cry.
Now the question is if it's gonna be that continual sob throughout the entire movie, or if we're gonna get that downright bawling from the first 15 minutes like we did in Up. Because I tell you what, I will tell anybody, there is more emotion in the first 15 minutes of Up with no dialogue than half the movies that came out that year.
Exactly.
And you haven't even watched Coco yet.
I know, you keep telling me I'm
Oh,
going to bawl my
you
eyes
will bawl
out.
At the
your eyes
end,
out,
you'll
yep.
get yourself at the end.
Speaking of all these Pixar movies, we're going to be talking about these movies in 2 weeks. I'm excited. We're going to rank all the Pixar movies.
We got a lot of work. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I made us combine all the franchises.
Yeah, so basically on that one, we'll combine the franchises. All the Toy Story movies will be one. All the Cars movies will be one. Those will be the last ones on the list for sure.
Yeah, because otherwise we'll be here forever.
All right, so look forward to that in a couple weeks. Something that I'm not looking forward to is Joel Kinnaman has confirmed that Rick Flag will be back for Suicide Squad.
I just love how much you love to hate on that man.
He's not good.
Are you bitter because it was supposed to be Tom Hardy?
Actually, a little bit. That would be a lot better.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I will give you that. However, I'll tell you the same thing they say with anything. If you hate it so bad, go do it yourself.
Yeah.
Go make your own Suicide Squad 2 movie and you cast whoever you want.
And I'll get sued by DC and Warner Brothers.
You're
No, thank you. No, what do you guys think about this? Him returning. Like, they have announced Margot Robbie is returning as Harley Quinn.
Okay, I will give you this. Since it's, a direct sequel, they're not trying to reboot it or whatever. When there was the whole rumor about them trying to redo the Suicide Squad, that is a direct sequel. That, give the characters, the people that, give them the opportunity to return, maybe, because who's to say? I don't know. I didn't mind. Joel Kinnaman was not the bad part of the first Suicide Squad. I agree.
He was one of many bad parts.
Well, there was bad parts about it, but I don't think he was one of the worst things about that movie. Like, they totally could have redone, I don't know, Enchantress. the entire storyline of the Enchantress. You know,
The writing.
the writing, yeah.
Well, I think
the writing was more of David Ayer not being able to do what he wanted, though, too.
part of my problem is Joel Kinnaman is given the worst dialogue in the movie, though.
All exposition.
Yes. This is Katana. Her blade, like, whatever. It's like, okay, maybe with a better writer and James Gunn on board, maybe he'll be better. Maybe he'll win me over.
Yeah,
I doubt it, but maybe.
I mean, you are talking a totally different tonality between David Ayer and James Gunn.
And he won't be the lead in this one for sure.
Right.
So I'll give it a chance.
Yeah. So exactly.
I'll give it a chance.
Give him a chance. You know, I still liked him in Altered Carbon. I don't care whether or not he was recast because they didn't like him, or if he was recast because it's how the character is designed.
Probably because
you never watched Altered Carbon.
I watched one episode.
That doesn't do it.
Anyway, let's move on to the next piece of news. Matthew Vaughn has confirmed that Kingsman 3 will be the end of Taron Egerton's Eggsy and Colin Firth's... I'm blanking on his name, Brian?
What? The Colin Firth character?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude.
Galahad,
Seriously?
doesn't it?
Fail.
Yeah.
Is it Galahad? Okay. It'll be the end of their story. That's what he confirms. It'll be the end of that Eggsy trilogy, I believe is what you'll probably call it. So yeah, what do we think of this news? I'm glad Matthew Vaughn is staying on to finish this trilogy.
Harry Hart, Galahad. Yes.
Galahad. Awesome.
And does it make me sad? No, I wanted the Kingsman to be like the new James Bond. And meaning you keep Taron on as long as you absolutely can until you recast him is, you know, I don't know, the way they've built the Kingsman storyline and whatnot, I don't think it'd be something where you could just keep doing the whole Bond thing and just recasting. I think at that point you'd have to like
introduce a new character
and retire off the old one, but and I'm hoping that maybe that's what Vaughn is trying to do, but I really don't want to see this to be the end of Kingsman at all, and maybe that's where the prequel comes in. Maybe that's where we get our introduction into what our segue into the next Kingsman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Kingsman, it's a comic book series. You got to keep going on. It's different storylines, you can tell. Mm-hmm. I do like that it is basically a parody of Bond movies, while also being an awesome spy movie.
Oh.
So, and I'm glad Matthew Vaughn is here to finally finish a trilogy because he got kicked off the X-Men movies. He never finished Kick-Ass 2.
Well,
That's true.
You know.
I'm glad he finally gets his comic book trilogy.
Well, it also helps that this is one of his passion projects. This is his.
Baby. Yeah.
It's not like he got hired into something else.
No.
You know, he got hired into X-Men after it was already established. You know, stuff like that.
Still made the best X-Men movie.
Yes.
Anyway, Chris, any thoughts on this confirmation that it'll be the end of their story?
I mean, I'm not surprised. The second one kind of underperformed critics-wise and box office-wise. So.
Because they were wrong.
I haven't seen it, so I'm not
anybody who those. I'm gonna go the Sandra Bullock route with this and just bring the card of DVDs and say obviously y'all didn't see this movie.
I didn't. I promise.
Because I absolutely loved it, and I'm still hoping that if they can bring back Colin Firth from the dead for the sequel, that they best be figure out how they're gonna bring back Mark Strong.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, again, it's been out long enough. Too fucking bad. Spoiler alerts off for the embargo's off for Avengers. If it's off of the Avengers,
everything before that is
exactly.
fair game. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next piece of news. Rambo: Last Blood. We finally get the first trailer, first look at the final.
And you know what my response was?
What? No, my response to that is you're wrong.
Oh boy, here we go.
No, that's because I am a Rambo fanboy. I get these movies are not everybody's cup of tea, but I love obviously Stallone is most known for Rocky, but
and Rambo.
Giving him this Rambo franchise. Have you ever seen the fourth Rambo? Just Rambo?
No.
It's fantastic.
I hear it's absolutely bloody.
Yes, it's amazing. It's hard R, blood and gore, guts.
Well,
it's awesome.
Do you want him to die in this one then?
Yes, he needs to die.
I would say he needs to die.
But I want him to be Rambo forever.
Well, he is Rambo forever. He just needs the character just needs to go away. Like, the franchise needs to sunset and be done with it.
No, I think
This coming from the guy who appreciates that we're going to have 10 Fast and Furious movies.
yes. Let's just cross over Rambo with Fast and the Furious, and
We can't. I think they're two different studios.
Yeah.
Isn't Rambo Paramount?
I think so. Anyway, I'm all for this trailer. We talked about this briefly off the podcast. I am 10 times more excited for this movie than I am the new Terminator Dark Fate. And I feel like this is a much better trailer of showing what this movie will be as the last chapter in the Rambo franchise compared to the Dark Fate trailer, which felt like a mess.
I'm still going to go. Maybe that's why they call it Dark Fate, because they know this is the last, and this is their fate. It's dark and.
It's Dark Fate.
But I don't know. I enjoyed the trailer, but that's because maybe I was enjoying the song a lot that they paired with it.
You like the song?
For Dark Fate. The
Oh,
trailer?
Dark Fate. I'm talking about Rambo now.
No. I actually watched that with sound off. So.
Oh, you should watch it with the sound on. It's kind of cheap.
No, there is. I forget who performs it, but in the Dark Fate trailer, it's a cover of Bjork's Hunter, and it's very dark and great. And I'm listening to the words, going, "I know this song. I need this in my life."
Well, that's my problem with that Terminator trailer. It's too dark and gritty. Like, oh, we're a Terminator movie. We have to be super serious. And Rambo's just like, fuck, we're gonna be blood and guts, and this is gonna be the end of them. Who cares? It's awesome.
Maybe we're gonna get to the. So I don't know how much of this do you remember, but like in the late '90s ish or whatever, when there was like the insurgence of the Rambo or not Rambo, Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger cross-referencing each other in the movies. Maybe we're gonna get back to that again, because I really hope so. You know, like President Schwarzenegger in Demolition Man, and Stallone playing Terminator in Last Action Hero. I need more of that. I need more of that banter again.
More of the friendly rivalry.
Yes.
Okay. But no more Rambo.
No.
Okay.
No. Find something else.
For me, I love 80s.
Maybe we need a Schwarzenegger in a Creed 3.
I love 80s machismo action movies, so maybe this is just a dying breed of movies. That's why I'm nostalgic for it. But I'm in for this trailer, and I will be there opening weekend for Last Blood.
Oh, and on that note, when I finally got to watch Kung Fury, oh my god, that was amazing.
Kung Fury is amazing, yes.
And on a side note for anybody, I paid $5 for that on iTunes, and it was worth every penny, and just to go to find out that Unicorn Laser Unicorn, whatever the studio is that made it, it's on their YouTube channel for free.
Solid.
It's the whole thing.
But it's worth $5. Give the movie your $5 to watch it.
Hey, but you know what that $5 got me? Is now that I realize 1/3 of Lonely Island is playing Hitler, and I need that again, and I need to see that sequel even more now.
Yeah. Jorma Taccone is playing Hitler in that movie. Yeah.
Yes.
What did you think of Triceracop?
Just all of it was just
It's so
cheesy.
Good. It's so good. Hacker Man.
Especially when Hacker Man transforms.
Yep. God, that movie's amazing.
Thor.
All right, so let's move.
We need that Thor versus Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Let's move on to our final piece of news, which is just in rumor territory right now.
And it needs to stay there.
It does. Spider-Man 3 rumors are saying that there is a fight between the studio on who they want to team up with Spider-Man in this movie. So Sony is going to be polling for Tom Hardy's Venom to appear in this movie. And unconfirmed that Disney is trying to pull for Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool to be in this movie. So which of these two would you rather have if you had a gun pointed to your head and you had to have one?
A bullet hole in my head.
No, I'm saying you have... Okay. I guess that is an option. That is an option.
I choose none of the above.
I'd go with Deadpool.
Yep, I would agree. At least for a cameo.
Yeah. Just a quick one.
In cameo, in that Ryan Reynolds doesn't say a word because it just...
Hey, they get one F-bomb, Brian.
Just
they have not used any...
And flip off the camera.
Yeah, they haven't used any F-bombs in the MCU yet. What if Deadpool is the one that...
Disney is not going to do that.
They have already confirmed that if they do another Deadpool movie, it will be rated R.
That's different, though. Because you guarantee that even though with this merger and everything like that, they're still going to keep the Fox branding... And it's going to be, 20th Century Fox, a Disney company at the bottom, Just like they've get, like when they had
You'll still get the fancy
like
Marvel
Miramax
logo
and stuff
in front
like
of
that.
it, though.
What's that?
You'll still get the fancy Marvel logo
That's
in
the
front
only
of it.
thing that matters is where you get that Marvel logo or not.
Well, it'll always have the Marvel logo.
No,
It
just
doesn't
get
matter.
your
the
you'll get the
MCU
fancy
logo.
MCU one with Captain
That's what
America
you
and Iron Man in it. Except it'll be Ryan Reynolds Deadpool dressed up as all those characters. There you go, Disney. Please take that idea. No, out of
Disney,
these,
just
I
listen
agree.
to us.
Ryan Reynolds is the only one. I do not want to see any more of Tom Hardy's Venom.
You don't like Tom Hardy's Venom? I thought you enjoyed Tom Hardy.
No, I enjoy Tom Hardy, and we'll talk about that when we get to our X-Men fan casting.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. He will play Jean Grey. No, Venom is a god-awful movie, and I don't want to see anything more from this series.
What if, okay, maybe this is me playing devil's advocate, because I agree, Venom was not that great, but it was better than I thought it was. What if hypothetically you pull in Tom Hardy's Venom into the MCU, in which you have, the ultimate, we have Feige in there, making sure to keep things good and, have a better writing and have a better story that it actually fits Tom Hardy better to the point where we actually get a good Venom.
Yeah, but the storyline you would have to go is where they fight Carnage, and I don't want to see Woody Harrelson wearing an Annie wig.
I don't think that was so weird.
Yeah, you think that was his actual hair?
No, that man's been bald for years and blonde.
Yeah. No, I don't want it, and I hope these rumors aren't true. I understand why Sony wants to do it.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh.
Money.
Yeah, they can do, I guess, whatever they want after Spider-Man 3 is done. But yeah, I don't know. Listen to the fans, Sony. We don't want this. If you want to do more Venom movies, then do those. But don't try to mess with the MCU Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Or the fact that it's like, Amy Pascal, just get your hands out and leave us alone.
She's on her way out, right?
Yeah, but supposedly she still has her hands in Spider-Man.
Oh, get your hands off our Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying.
Is it just a teenager? Come on.
Don't touch the teenage boy.
He's not old enough.
All right, are you guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
Brian's so excited for it. He's giddy. All right, so basically what we're going to do, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 X-Men characters to fan cast. Each of us came up with our own list. We don't know.
How'd you come up with 8? You only had 7 on the list.
You were supposed to do a mystery one.
Oh, I
You're
added.
supposed to do the
Well,
extra.
I added 2.
All right.
Okay.
So I was
So
confused.
Brian has 9 then.
Overachiever.
Yeah, what a winner.
Because I went with my original idea and I was looking at the original roster.
Anyway.
You jackwagon.
Oh, all right. Anyway, we all have 8 main picks. And basically, we went our separate ways. We each chose our own picks for these characters. We'll each announce each of these picks. And then at the end, we will make a Backlot 605 official
Supercast.
X-Men team. So let's begin. Do you guys want to start off at the top, or should we start at the bottom? Work our way up to Xavier and Magneto?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, let's start with our extra characters then. So, Chris, you want to start it off?
Okay, well, how about this here, just for the sake of argument? To determine extra characters, how about you list off the ones that we had officially put on our roster?
Okay, so the ones we will eventually get to: Professor X, Magneto, Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, and Beast. So those were the 7 that we had to have on the team. Mm-hmm. So the 8th one was up to whatever X-Men character you wanted it to be. So Chris, who was that 8th person?
Mine was Nightcrawler because I was on an article and I saw a picture of Timothy Chalamet, and he just looks creepy as fuck all the time. I don't know why people think he's cute. He's not. He can play Nightcrawler.
I like the pick. I like it.
I mean, he'd never take it because Nightcrawler isn't going to be a lead actor or character, and he's Hollywood's new hot thing. So
he's too fancy for it. Mm-hmm. Brian, what do you think of Timothy Chalamet as Nightcrawler?
I can't see it, and I'll tell you why.
Because you think he's hot.
No,
he picked someone else.
Because I do not have Nightcrawler on my list, but I have him on it.
Oh,
I have him as one of my extras.
All right. So who did you cast Timothy Chalamet as?
Angel.
Angel. All right.
You want him blonde?
Why not?
He could do it.
He could do it. He definitely has the body type for it.
He does.
He does.
He does.
And I get same for the exact same body type reason. I totally see the Nightcrawler thing though too. But
So either way, he's gonna make his way into the MCU somehow.
well, he's got a 2/3 shot right now.
I mean, he's a 20-something-year-old guy. He will definitely be in the MCU at some point.
Right. And I mean,
Spoilers, he's not on my list.
what?
Yeah.
As much as you talk about it.
Timothy Chalamet. I love Timothy Chalamet. He's a good actor. Yeah, we're going to have to fight that one out here.
I think he's a good actor. I don't know. All the women think he's so fucking hot. And
He's a weird-looking guy.
Yeah,
that's
he's
why
weird-looking.
That's why I'm leaning towards Nightcrawler on that one. Do you have another extra?
Well, the reason why I say that is, I mean, if you look at the backstory that is Angel, he comes from a rich family. Basically pretty boy gets ostracized from his family when they find out he's a mutant and everything like that. And so, like, just the stature and his look, basically just look at that picture you have right there, turn him blonde. And to me, that's what that screams. Again, turn him blue, put some weird glyphs on him and whatnot. I can see that too, but that's where I was seeing. That's where when I saw his picture right there on IMDb, I was like, that's why I immediately said, "Oh, I found my guy for Angel."
All right. Do you have another extra one?
I do.
What's your extra one?
Iceman.
Iceman? Who's playing Iceman?
Let's see if I can pronounce this last name correctly. Suljic, Sonny Suljic from mid-90s.
What?
So this kid, the main actor from mid-90s.
Yes.
You're going really young with your X-Men team.
Yep. Yes,
You're
I
going
am.
like high school, middle school age.
I'm going Origin X-Men here.
All right.
So call it your reboot of the X-Men, introducing them into the MCU. Is I'm pulling them in from when the X-Men were during Inception. That's where I'm talking like original roster here. So for me, like, the only difference with that is Wolverine wouldn't have been part of that original roster.
It's Wolverine though.
But it is Wolverine, so I get you. I get you there.
All right. Yeah, that's an interesting pick.
You like that one?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
It's not going to match up against my team because I went a little older.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's to say, when we get done, we're gonna have
interesting.
We're gonna have a very messed up team.
I'm excited to see where it goes. All right, my extra. Mine is going off the '90s X-Men animated series, the X-Men I grew up on. Don't you diss that? That is the best animated series ever.
Dude, it was. You were literally a small child. It was during my generation of adult or getting into middle school, high school. Yeah. So no, I was right there. I watched it.
It's still great.
It's still good.
It's great. So my extra is Rogue. So I feel we need a proper Rogue. And for my pick, I went with Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Rogue.
Nice.
I want that sassy Southern attitude. We got that in pretty much any role she's in. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is the one that comes to mind.
Great fucking movie.
Yep. Great, very much. Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, that's my pick. Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Rogue.
I don't think Brian sees it.
I don't see it.
What if they decide out of the blue, hey, Channing Tatum, he's staying as our Gambit?
I would actually.
That's
be okay
your
with
Gambit and Rogue right there. Channing Tatum and Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
No, I can't see the chemistry there.
No.
No, but at that point is when do you get Michael Cera into the MCU?
He can play Nightcrawler.
He could. He definitely could.
No, I don't know. I like this pick, but we'll see. We'll eventually we can have all of our picks on this because we all pick different ones.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Except Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. God damn it.
All right, so
maybe Chris and I went the same route here a little bit.
Maybe we did.
Maybe yours just sucks.
Maybe it probably does. Anyway, you'll like my next pick. Let's jump to Beast.
The Beast.
Chris, who do you have as Beast?
Alexander Ludwig. If you guys don't know who he is from the first Hunger Games movie. He's basically the last death in the whatever. He was on the TV show Vikings.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. He has a douchey face. Sorry.
Yes, he really does.
He does.
Actually.
He's a punchable face.
Well, and in Hunger Games, that dude totally needed to die.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So why him as Beast?
He's got the douchey face, he says.
Yeah. We need to
Does
cover
Beast
that
have
up.
a douchey face?
We need to cover that up with some blue fur.
Yeah.
So we want to punch him less.
Well, here's my thing, though. So you look at Beast. Beast needs to be intelligent.
Very smart. I don't see him as... He might be a very intelligent guy.
Right. But, he's
Canadian, so probably is.
If he's French-Canadian, oh my God.
Nah, he's probably an idiot.
He probably is.
My other pick was going to be Toby Kebbell. But
I've
he
seen
looks
that
like
a lot
an
out
idiot
there.
too. So.
He's going to be covered in... they're going to be covered in either makeup or CGI.
And that was the kind of reason I was thinking Toby Kebbell, because he knows how to do mocap. So.
Yep.
But, you look at...
That's where mine is leaning to, the mocap stuff.
Because I would say, if you look at Nicholas Hoult, he did a decent Beast.
Yeah, he's a good Beast.
The dude is like, he just oozes like epitome of smart, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brian, what's your pick for Beast?
You're going to laugh your ass off at me. Will Poulter.
Will Poulter.
I saw that one a lot on the internet.
Yeah.
Really? That was just me pulling that shit out of my ass.
Oh.
You pulled Will Poulter out of your ass. So I haven't mentioned this yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is casting for the MCU, so we can't be using MCU actors at all in our picks.
Right. Yep.
And they will match up with some of the MCU characters eventually going on.
Right.
Anyway, so your pick, Will Poulter.
Yeah. My biggest things, prior to seeing him in Bandersnatch, I hadn't seen a lot of him in it, and my brain immediately thinks of the weird-ass character he played in We're the Millers, which I actually enjoyed that movie, as corny as it is. But no, it's just the way he talked in Bandersnatch as the programmer.
Yeah.
I think, again, between CGI and or practical makeup and whatnot, I could totally see him pulling that off.
I can't. Now that you bring up his Bandersnatch, his voice in that, I can see that coming out of Beast.
Yes.
But I think my pick's better.
What?
What is it?
Alan Tudyk.
Oh.
Mocap Beast.
No.
Yep.
No?
Alan Tudyk.
I don't want to.
He's already in the Disney family. He's been in Star Wars.
I don't want a mocap Beast.
Why? Why not?
Because the issue you run into with something like that, unless they're doing a fine, damn good job, is hair is a very difficult thing to do for like the sake of like CGI. It's one of the hardest things for them to do, and being it's who we are talking about here,
They also got that Disney money to throw out that CGI.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a Disney budget on this.
I understand that.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk. I think he can pull it off. As I said, he's in the Disney family. He can play off that smart character.
No.
He needs to be in the MCU at some point.
He does. He really does.
And I think Beast is the perfect place for him to be.
I think there would be a better place for him than that. I do. I don't know yet.
Yeah, you gonna think it over?
I
think it over.
I
see the wheels turn.
I might have to do some homework with that.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, Will Poulter. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think because of the type of character actor that Alan Tudyk is, I don't think you want to. He's an amazing voice actor. There's nothing to say against that. But for the kind of character actor that he can and is, like for instance, like Dale and Tucker kind of thing, is he needs to have a full-fledged face on the screen.
I will under mocap.
No, because when I think of that, I'm thinking like freaking.
Think of how much character their motion capture characters have in the MCU. Thanos, Hulk.
Yes.
Professor Hulk.
Professor
Hulk was amazing.
You guys ever
think of the banter between Beast and Professor Hulk, with Alan Tudyk voicing Beast.
I'm gonna have to
think about it.
Think about it.
We'll get back to
and
it.
Still tell you you're wrong.
All right, let's jump to Storm.
Wait, side topic. Have you guys seen pictures of Professor Hulk without the green? So like actual like human colored skin?
It's scary.
Oh, it's very scary, but it's very real.
It's terrifying.
All right, Storm.
Storm.
The one we all struggled with.
All right. Are you
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
Before we get to Storm, I want to throw this question out there. We do have Chadwick Boseman is out there playing Black Panther. It is well known that Black Panther and Storm are a thing in the comics. Mm-hmm. Are you guys going that route?
No.
I knew about that, but that's not the route I went in casting.
Mine did, because I need to see Storm and Black Panther together.
No, because I completely...
And that pisses me off that they already cast Lupita Nyong'o, because she would have been my Storm.
No, I would have completely agree with you there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll even do one better. Between her or Danae Guerrera, I think would have easily pulled off Storm beautifully.
That's why I'm trying to find someone that'll fit in that group right there.
Yeah.
But Chris, who do you have for Storm?
Zoe Kravitz.
Can't. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she can. What? You're freaking me out.
She's
now.
already been an X-Men.
She's already been an X-Men.
But they've recast multiple. Freaking Chris Evans was Human Torch, so it doesn't matter.
Touche. I when I was going through this, I also did try to avoid that aspect of it. Because
already appearing
because Zoe Kravitz came up on a couple of lists when I was trying to figure out who to cast as Storm. I'm like, hey, it's Zoe. No. So, but no, Zoe Kravitz is amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like you can't tell that there isn't talent in that whole family.
It's almost like her dad was a famous musician or something.
And actor.
So why Zoe Kravitz?
Think about that hair, fucking white. Like Storm or silver, whatever the hell it is.
She's
I just want to stare at the picture.
And I think she would be.
She could be about that same age type as Chadwick.
Mm-hmm. So you're thinking too that Storm would be from Wakanda?
Yes.
For yours?
Yeah.
I think she could be from Wakanda. So I think
that's not where Storm's really from, is it?
No, but they change it.
They're gonna. For what I'm thinking in my head is that she'll be in Wakanda.
Don't mess with her story, man.
And that's why. Do you want me to go with my Storm while you're looking up your shiznit?
Yeah.
Okay. So mine, I'm thinking for Storm. Storm is the oldest of the X-Men that are gonna be fighting in my group. So that's why I went with someone who is also part of the Disney family right now, Thandie Newton. She recently appeared in Solo.
Yes.
Killed off way too early. Mm-hmm. That is why I'm going to put her as Storm. Give her a chance to shine as a main lead character in this X-Men movie. Team her up in the next Black Panther movie. I think that's maybe where you introduce Storm in Black Panther 2.
She is from Kenya.
I think that's where you got to go. Maybe Black Panther is investigating the X-Men.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that's how we meet Storm. Maybe they're an old fling. Yeah.
Now, are you killing off Nakia? Is that what you're doing?
I'm writing Lupita off.
And then,
as a love interest, at least for now.
And then recasting her in a different role because she's such a good actress.
I would just, if I could do anything, I would say she's actually Storm under disguise or something like that. But I don't want to break the rules like that. But yeah, unfortunately, or maybe you do a three-way, a love triangle.
That could work.
Yeah, that's Storm comes in and that's kind of the route I would go. So Thandie Newton is my pick.
You were definitely putting some age on there, at least a little bit.
She is right around the same. I looked this up.
I got it right here. She was born in 72, and fucking Chadwick has got some anti-aging shit. He was born in 77.
Yep.
Chadwick was the best looking 42-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he's an older
older
guy, so that's why I went to.
I'm 40.
You're not Chadwick.
You're not Black Panther.
I am not Black Panther, and I'm not getting that Black Panther money.
Yeah, so that's my pick. Brian, what is your pick for Storm?
Let's see if I pronounce this correctly again. Amandla Stenberg.
I heard of her.
Okay, do tell. What is she from?
The Hate That You Give. And what was the...
Oh, yes.
So, upcoming...
So she will definitely not be dating Chadwick Boseman in the
And what caught me originally was for the movie Everything, Everything. And then that's when I realized that she was in The Hate That You Give, and she most recently was in The Darkest Minds, which was a so-so movie.
She was Rue also from Hunger Games.
Yeah, and she was Rue.
All right. So you're sticking with your much younger X-Men. All right.
Yeah, but see, I'm my X-Men may be younger, but I have I have a young quality cast right here. I mean, so far. I mean, I'm giving you people who, you look at these people that I've already listed off so far, and these are the kind of people where you're not going to see possibly in 20 years where they haven't been nominated for multiple awards, because they're all very talented people.
No, I'm not taking away from that.
No, I know, and that's even putting Will Poulter in that list.
I still like that Will Poulter casting, but yeah. I'm interested to see where the rest of this list goes since yours is so young.
Right?
She is definitely not going to be dating Black Panther in yours.
No, not
unless unless you said it in the 90s or something like that.
Oh, bring back one of the whoever was playing his young version self in the flashbacks of Black Panther. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have to try to make her age for pushing her forward 20 years.
Then that's why you cast Sandy Newton.
No.
There we go.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so let's move on to Jean Grey. Chris, who do you have?
Saoirse Ronan.
Huh?
Ladybird.
Oh, okay.
The lady whose name is not said how you spell it.
Yep, this was my second choice on mine.
She's obviously an incredible actor. She's got a couple Oscar noms. 3 Oscar noms. She's only 20-something, so...
24 years old. 25 years old, it looks like.
So she could clearly pull it off. Because that's my main thing, is how good of an actor they are. Because I think that's really all that matters.
Right.
So yours is more the mid-20s.
Yep, mid-20s.
Early 30s group. Okay.
So it sounds like he's going...
Mine is more of that same area.
So these people have graduated Xavier School, and they might be teachers, all of them, versus students.
That was my route, too.
That was your route?
Yeah.
Yep, not me.
No.
They need to be students. That's where you start. That's where you introduce them.
That is child endangerment, Brian. They are students at a school, and you're putting them up against an evil mastermind.
There's laser beams out of their eyes.
Yes. You need to protect the children, Brian. All right, Brian. What's your pick for Jean Grey?
You're gonna laugh at me.
Boy.
Haley Steinfeld.
Oh boy.
She will eventually be in the MCU. She is one of those people.
She's one of those ones where I think she's getting more credit now that especially after Bumblebee and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But overall, very well versed, and again, I think she also has like the body type for it, and I think she's got the acting chops to be able to have the range of Jean Grey through, Marvel Girl, Jean Grey, Phoenix, all of that. Mm-hmm. Plus, the advantages of me casting the way I am? Longevity on characters. Like, they can play these for quite some time.
True.
Yeah.
They could be in the MCU for another 10 years.
As was Robert Downey Jr., who was not 22 years old when he played Iron Man.
If you guys haven't seen The Edge of 17 that she's in, that's high quality stuff right
so
there.
I think the biggest thing is going to be who we pick as Cyclops to match your Jean Grey. You can't be going too old or too young one way or the other.
Mine match, but I didn't even think about that.
Really?
I lucked out. They match.
They match? They're a match?
So who did you pick for yours? Jane the Virgin?
No, not Jane the Virgin. Jane Levy. She was in Don't Breathe, the Evil Dead remake. She's already a redhead. I know you can change the hair color, but I think
I definitely wasn't looking at that as a requirement, because if
No, you can change the hair. I understand that, but I do think she is the best choice. She is super underrated.
Of course, you think she's best choice. You picked her.
She needs to get out of the.
I think you just said we were subpar.
The horror.
I've never heard of this lady.
She needs to get out of the horror bubble, and bring her into the MCU, which will help with my casting for the director.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
I don't know.
This is my pick, Jane Levy. She's gonna match up to roughly the same age as my Cyclops, right around there. And yeah, that's the only ones I really have close in age, because they have to be dating.
I can't comment on this because I don't know who this lady is.
It
looks good.
She looks like Jean Grey.
Yeah.
That would be because he found her in his horror genre that you don't watch.
No, she's a great actress though.
I'm not arguing that she's not. I'm just saying that's the reason why he's probably.
That's why I found her.
She's been in the horror, like you said, the horror bubble, and that's the one place where Chris does not venture.
She does not go down the horror bubble.
The horror bubble, the horror hole.
Horror hole.
Horror hole.
All right, Chris. Who is your Cyclops to match up with your Saoirse Ronan, Jean Grey?
He's in the news. Mr. Rocket Man, Taron Egerton. That's who I got for Cyclops. Close in age to Saoirse. They can date.
Yeah, they could. They could. He's a lead. He's definitely a leading man.
And you'd be, unfortunately, covering up a part of his face. So he might not like that.
The ladies might not like that either.
No.
They won't. They definitely won't.
I don't know. I think
Right there. He's already got the sunglasses.
this may sound really wrong, and I apologize, but he looks way too masculine for Cyclops.
I think he's too much of a bad boy to play Cyclops.
Yeah.
Cyclops is kind of their Captain America.
Yeah.
I guess Chris Evans, before he was Captain America, was the bad boy.
Human Torch. Yeah.
Not another teen movie. Definitely the bad boy in that.
You're right.
Yeah. I like that.
I like
Taron Egerton could play anything.
Taron Egerton can just be in everything.
He could play every X-Men.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Taron Egerton is just going to play everyone.
All right, let's end the podcast.
All right, that's it. Taron Egerton is the X-Men. No, I like that. I like Taron Egerton.
All right, then who's your Cyclops?
My Cyclops? You want to jump to mine?
Yes.
Dan Stevens.
Who?
Oh, from Beauty and the Beast.
He was in Beauty and the Beast.
Was he the Beast?
Yes, he was the Beast.
So he was CGI for most of the time.
For most of the time. This isn't where I picked him from. It's from a movie called The Guest.
Another horror movie. Shocker.
It's not that much of a horror. It's more of an action thriller. But yeah, he's a fantastic actor. He needs to have more leading roles. And that's why I want to make him my Cyclops. He is right around the same age as Jane Levy. And yeah, he's in the Disney family. They like to recast people in multiple franchises.
Yeah, this is true.
They like the guy. He was Beast in Beauty and the Beast. So I think he has the look and the range to play someone like Cyclops. He can be that.
He looks too pretty there with his 10 o'clock shadow though.
Yeah,
you need to clean him up, and then at that point he'll just, I don't know, not look right.
You can leave the 10 o'clock shadow. He just needs to be.
It's Cyclops. No, you don't. That dude is like you said. He's Captain America-ish. He's
Captain America has a beard.
Oh my!
Come on, Brian.
No.
All right, who's your Cyclops then?
I'm sticking with my students.
How young is your Cyclops?
Jack Dylan Grazer.
Oh, from Shazam.
Yeah. Why? What about him that makes him?
For one, in It and Shazam, he's freaking amazing.
He is also way too young to be dating Haley Steinfeld. Sorry.
She likes him young.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. So this is your leader of the X-Men.
Again,
your moral center.
I start with the students.
They are. I get that. I don't see him as a leader though. You know what I mean?
How so? Why not?
He's like 12 years old for one. Okay, he's probably 14, 15.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I could see him more as Nightcrawler than I could as Cyclops.
Really, in It and Shazam, he basically played the same jokester kind of teenager role.
Really fast talking teenager.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which would be a good reason for it to possibly be a change of pace for him, though, too. You know, you can't, you got the one who's been pigeonholed into the horror genre and whatnot, try to pull her out, you know.
He's already been in the superhero genre, though.
Yeah, because you've never used multiple people and even flipped DC to Marvel and back and forth at all, Ryan Reynolds.
I got to think this one over. I have to. I don't know how I feel about it. I like him. He's a good young actor. He's one of the best parts of Shazam.
Yes, he was.
And yeah, I don't know. I think he will probably be in the MCU at some point. But he might be busy with Shazam too, if that's going to happen.
Hell, if the MCU keeps going, we'll be in it eventually.
Yes.
We'll have to be.
I want to be an X-Men.
You want to be an X-Men?
Yeah, the Blob. Full method actor for it.
No. That would be one of those ones, I'm sorry. For the guy that they had play the Blob the first time, the guy from Smoking Aces, I totally want to see him play the Blob again. It was so bad.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the big one. I don't think any of us are going to match in this one.
No, not at all.
Wolverine.
Just 1, 2, 3 name.
1, 2, 3, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the obvious choice is the correct choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, just like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. Mine was Danny DeVito.
I hate that.
the height.
I hate that petition. I don't get why that's a thing. So that will be the first one for sure on our team.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you guys pick Tom Hardy?
Because it's Tom fucking
It
Hardy.
is Tom fucking Hardy. That's also why we don't like that Venom news, because it ruins our fan casting.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, he's got the body type, he's got the action, he's got the look, he's gonna easily be able to pull off the Wolverine swagger, all of that. I mean, he's just...
Except I don't want Wolverine to have any swagger. I want Wolverine to be gross, living out in the wilderness, smoking cigars, smelling like death.
What is this going to be, Wolverine
Smoke.
the Revenant 2?
A little bit. I would watch that Wolverine movie. Yeah, I would watch that. Because I don't want you to do Hugh Jackman's Wolverine again. Because then you're going to get compared too much to Hugh Jackman. You got to go completely different from that, I think. You got to go short, angry Canadian.
You need a good actor who can live up to the role
How
too.
do you do short Wolverine when Hugh Jackman isn't in that tall in the first place? You're going to end up with
Hugh
a Danny
Jackman is
DeVito.
like 6'3".
He's tall.
What?
Yeah, he is.
Hugh Jackman is really tall.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Really?
I'm pretty sure Tom Hardy's only like 5'8", 5'10".
Oh no, he's short.
He's
Hugh
short.
Jackman is 6'2".
6'2". That's tall for an actor.
Tom Hardy, 5'9".
5'9".
So we're already there.
Yeah, he's a short guy.
Yeah.
That's where I'd want to go with it. And he can already grunt like none other, so that helps playing Wolverine.
If you Google Tom Hardy, the first 3 links are about him as Wolverine. Because the Simon Kinberg said he would be great. The
The
director
guy
of Dark
who's
Phoenix.
like produces every X-Men movie wants him as Wolverine.
There we go.
Well, why wouldn't you?
All right, so let's move on to
But you're absolutely right though. Maybe Fox is trying to get Fox Disney is trying to get their hands on Tom Hardy, so then that way completely screws with Amy Pascal's idea of using Venom.
That would be a smart way to go. That would be.
If we just do this, then
If we cast Tom Hardy before we get to Spider-Man 3, she's fucked.
I'm sorry, we already got him under contract as Wolverine, so I'm sorry, but we can't. It's just not gonna work for us.
All right, let's move on to our big bad, Magneto. These is super hard to do.
Actually, these were the first 2 that I got.
Really?
I went completely bonkers with this,
Okay.
but
All right. Chris, what do you have for Magneto?
Well, I might not want Magneto to be bad because he's always been bad. I know that's how he is in the comics, but like to change it up, I might want him to be good. Viggo Mortensen. That's who I went with. I like Lord of the Rings a lot, so.
I saw him pop up quite a bit when I've seen other fan casting.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a popular choice for Magneto. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it was my best pick.
This is your getting to the end of the list and who's still left.
No, he was actually pretty early.
Who's not in the MCU yet?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's clearly a good actor. And
He's an amazing
that's
actor.
what I'm looking for, and he's got the age.
Surprisingly hasn't been in the MCU yet.
Mm-hmm.
Give him time.
Yeah. Brian, what's your weird pick then?
Cillian Murphy.
All right.
What? That's pretty young.
That is a very young. He will not be in World War II era Magneto. He will not be from World War II era
You're
Nazi concentration camp.
I didn't say when he was going to be introduced.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think makes him Magneto?
Well, for one, I was making sure that I can
He
get.
does play a good bad guy.
He plays a great bad guy. I was also trying to make sure I could find somebody from, overseas that I think could probably easily pull off the German accent and thing like that.
That's
kind of thing.
That's where mine went.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I thoroughly enjoy him. I was actually just watching Inception today, so he was in the forefront of my brain from earlier today too.
So this is my pick, Christoph Waltz.
I saw that one on the internet.
He's already from Europe.
Uh-huh.
He's got that. He can obviously play a bad guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very menacing bad guy.
I like Christoph Waltz. I like where you're going with this for the sake of he's Austrian, so he's going to obviously be able to pull off the accent and everything like that. But my problem is I'm so used to the Tarantino dialogue and the quippiness. It just doesn't fit for Magneto that I don't know if I could picture it. Because, I mean, he even still had some of that kind of quirkiness about him even when he did Alita Battle Angel.
I think he's already kind of a quirky guy.
He is. He's a weirdo.
Who, Magneto?
No, Christoph Waltz.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm having the issue with.
It'd be completely different from Ian McKellen and Fassbender's Magneto.
Agreed, but is that the right choice?
I really like this choice because
because you picked it.
Because I picked it for one. No, this is the first one I wrote down. Because I'm like, I want Magneto to have that German accent. He hasn't had that yet. Besides flashbacks in X-Men First Class.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want a little bit more something,
authenticity.
That could be authenticity and something completely different from the English accent of McKellen and Fassbender. I just want to go back to some of those roots. And that's why Christoph Waltz is my Magneto.
He's your Magneto.
But what it's going to come down to is who you cast as Xavier. The best friends turned enemies, frenemies.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier and Magneto. So, Chris, who do you have as Professor X?
Bruce Willis. That's a joke. Don't worry.
I was about to write it down.
You went for the first bald guy you could think of, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay. My real choice. Been watching a lot of Game of Thrones. Charles Dance. He's Tywin Lannister on Game of Thrones.
I was like, you're talking to a guy who's not watched as much Game of Thrones.
I know. I need to pull up his face.
It would be a little weird because he's villain in
everything.
He has a villain face.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he definitely has the villain face.
I'd be scared if he was my teacher.
That's all right.
You're gonna have to go down to Professor X's too. I'm sorry.
No!
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Please.
What did I do wrong?
I'm gonna go join Magneto.
Why'd you join Magneto? He's not as harsh as Xavier.
Oh, it would be a different casting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe if you get rid of the beard and just shave him bald, that's a little more accurate. That picture, I think,
That one.
towards what Xavier would look like.
He's gotta go full on bald.
Well, yeah, they do. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting choice. He was just in Godzilla and he was terrible in it. But
So is everybody.
oh yeah, okay. He was given terrible dialogue. He was just menacing evil villain twirling his mustache. Yeah.
How about you? Who's your Xavier?
My Xavier, this one was tough, really. I didn't want to just go with the bald actor, but he has played bald before.
Okay.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah. I was gonna do him, but then I was like, no, I don't.
I want Bryan Cranston in the MCU,
Yes.
and Xavier needs to be super likable. Bryan Cranston is obviously very likable.
Mm-hmm.
You never watched Breaking Bad,
He's likable.
Is he still not likable in that?
huh? Oh, by the end of
For
it,
how
you hate him. No, I mean he's an amazing character and everything like that. But no, by the end of it, you really just hate him.
He's a bit of a dick.
He's a bit of a dick.
Well, Xavier can be a bit of a dick too.
That's true.
Yeah, that's my pick. I want him to be I want to change it up. Don't want him to be British. He can be American in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Born in New York. That's my Xavier.
I was gonna say you make him his actual origin where he's not British.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it back to its roots. Like I said,
that was one of the things that I was looking at when I was figuring out who I wanted. I was like,
He's not British.
Granted, when I first started rolling this out, I immediately got to Professor Xavier and I went, Patrick Stewart, I don't fucking care. And I'm like, no, let's back that up a little bit.
I'd be good with Patrick Stewart again.
Oh, agreed. Like,
Why not?
the problem was it was going against my idea of the young cast. So I'm like, oh shit, that ain't going to work for me.
He's their professor. He can be old.
Well,
Really old.
yeah.
All right, so Brian, who's your Xavier then? I'm scared.
You're
I'm
scared?
a little scared. Yeah.
Why are you scared?
I don't know who you're gonna pick.
You're just completely like
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
What?
Okay.
Because number one,
tell.
Number one, he can already do bald. Because if you've ever seen 50-50.
True.
Yes.
Two, dude's super smart, super talented.
That he is.
I think he could easily hold his own in comparison to who he would be replacing the role from. On either instance, on either McAvoy or on Stewart. You know, you have your American that could easily play the New Yorker that he actually is. You know. I think he legit has the chops for it as a young Xavier.
I don't know. I'm interested in that choice. It's out there.
It's
I
interesting.
haven't thought of it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, can you tell I watched Inception earlier today?
Yeah. I think he's too young. But I get where you're going with your super young cast.
Yeah, but see, in terms of my Xavier and my Magneto,
They're roughly the same age. Yeah.
they're roughly the same age, and they have an age gap upon the students which I cast.
So do you see chemistry between these two as those characters, Cillian Murphy and Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
I do, because I think based on the movies that I've seen with either one of these people in, I think they have a very good ability to pretty much mesh with anybody. I mean, look at some of the ensemble casts that Joseph Gordon-Levitt to go from an ensemble cast of like freaking Inception to an ensemble cast of let me go work with Seth Rogen.
That's who you should have cast as Xavier.
No, he's got
He's Magneto?
No, he's got to stick with that Star Wars money and get that Palpatine.
Seth Rogen. All right. That's an interesting choice. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, and having seen him bald and kind of frail like from 50-50, that's where I got the visual of it.
All right. I like it. All right. So let's jump to the bottom. Let's go to Beast. We got to figure out who we're gonna have as Beast.
Mine.
And you cannot pick your own. That's how we're gonna decide this.
That doesn't even work.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because that's how you'd have to pick it.
But I like my piece.
We all like our own picks.
I know I like.
If it makes you feel better, I will vote. I am gonna vote for Will Poulter.
I'm fine with the Will Poulter.
You're fine with Will Poulter?
I can do the Will Poulter.
Who's yours?
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Will Poulter.
I think he'd be a fun Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that pick. So we'll cast Will Poulter as Beast.
Now, if only we had some mad Photoshop skills, that we could actually make pictures of these people as the character.
Yeah.
It's too bad we don't have mad Photoshop skills.
No.
Someone reach out to Boss Logic.
There you go. Brian, make it happen.
I know, right?
All right.
Boss Logic is amazing.
Storm. We have my pick was Thandie Newton. Brian's was Amanda Stenberg, and Chris's was Zoe Kravitz.
Can't vote for our own.
No.
See? Exactly.
I know.
That's
Can't
what I'm
vote for your
saying.
own.
I think I'm gonna vote for Thandie.
And I'd have to go with Zoe.
I'll have to go with, because I can't pick my own, I'll go with Zoe Kravitz.
Yay.
So
You're the one that made the rules, dumbass.
I know. Well, then we would have been.
You could have had Thandie now, though, if you would have made that rule.
Yeah, but we would all just pick our
I would
own.
have picked Thandie. I would have picked Zoe.
Yeah, we would all just picked our own. All right, Jean Grey. We had Jane Levy, Haley Steinfeld, and Saoirse Ronan.
I feel like I want to go Haley, but I think I'm gonna go Jane Levy.
See, and I don't know the other two. I never got around to watching Lady Bird yet.
She's so good. That's where I would go Saoirse Ronan. So you're going to go with two people. Have you watched any of Jane Levy's stuff?
No.
Let's see.
You haven't watched Don't Breathe or Evil Dead? Okay.
Oh, well, I've watched Evil Dead.
Okay. So she's the main character in that.
She was the creepy
She's the
sister?
girl. No, yeah, she's the girl, yeah.
Have you seen The Lovely Bones?
Ooh, that's a bad movie.
It is a bad movie.
Terrible Peter
I think
Jackson.
that's why I haven't seen it yet.
I'm going to
Peter
find
Jackson
something that she has been in that you've seen. Have you seen Hannah? What's the...
Is that the new show you're talking about?
No, the movie.
Wait.
Have you seen The Grand Budapest Hotel?
No.
I can't. I don't think I'm going to find anything that you've seen her in.
Brian, have you ever watched, what's the one she was in, Brooklyn?
She got an Oscar now
Mary
for
Queen
that.
of Scots?
I seen Robot Chicken.
You have seen Robot Chicken.
But if that's the... Open up Hannah.
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
2011.
No. Hannah. Not way back. Jeez.
Hannah!
Get your shit right.
Right here. I got you.
First of all, Brian, you need to watch more of her work
Okay, that's not the one I was...
because she is fantastic. Please watch Lady Bird.
I really...
Lady Bird is so good.
My problem is sitting down to be able to watch a movie I haven't seen before because I need to actually sit and concentrate on it.
Yeah. What do you
I'll go with
think?
that one right there.
You're gonna go with Saoirse Ronan?
Sure.
I'm fine with that one. That was my second choice,
Perfect.
but I figured it was the easy choice. But again,
I have a feeling that by the time we get done, the only one I'm going to have on this list is going to be Will Poulter.
I think your feeling might be
Yeah.
right.
You went young, and me and him don't want young. So
Well, I don't
That's
care
the-
what
that's
you
the
guys
only
want.
problem.
All right, Cyclops, Taron Egerton, Jack Dylan Grazer, and Dan Stevens.
I feel like
It's probably going to come down to him picking one of ours
Uh-huh.
because I can't go that young for him.
I might, though.
I can't.
I can't picture Taron Egerton as Cyclops.
I think I am going to go Jack Dylan Grazer out of the two.
I would go Taron.
And I can't.
You can't see Taron Egerton?
No.
Who will match up with Saoirse Ronan? Is a big thing.
Oh, I guess.
I think he's a little too young.
Yeah. Okay, I got to go Dan Stevens. Now that
Are you going to go, since you can't go Taron?
I guess so.
Dan Stevens, yes.
There it is.
Who's Dan Stevens again?
Again, Brian, go watch The Guest.
He's your Cyclops
It's a
now.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
fantastic movie.
That one, okay.
He was Beast. Come on. He was Beast.
Yeah. Mr. I got the Disney money.
All right, so Wolverine is Tom Hardy, obviously, with Danny DeVito playing his stunt double. Magneto.
Danny DeVito plays his shadow.
Yeah.
Why is your shadow three-dimensional? Because.
All right, Christoph Waltz, Cillian Murphy, and Viggo Mortensen. Magneto.
Christoph Waltz.
Well, since I can't fucking pick my own, I have to go with Christoph Waltz.
That's fair.
Out of those, God, I might have gone Cillian Murphy actually, just because I think that's a fun, interesting choice.
I know.
But Christoph Waltz win.
Christoph Waltz.
I would have picked my own first, but
Jackwagon.
so Christoph Waltz is Magneto. All right, so now we come down to Professor Xavier, Bryan Cranston, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Charles Dance.
See, now I got to think about matching it up with Christoph Waltz, too.
Yeah, because you freaking don't want.
I'm gonna go with Joseph Gordon-Levitt because I want to see a younger Xavier have to be match face to face with an older Christoph Waltz Magneto. And for some reason, I can see chemistry between those two.
Again, well, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt again is one of those ones where
I think he can have chemistry with a
Exactly.
frickin' wooden plank.
exactly.
I'm going to Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I think I am, too.
Then we're good.
You're
There
good.
we go.
Who would have you picked?
Who's my choice that I can't have?
Charles Dance and Bryan Cranston.
Well, then it'd have to be Cranston.
All right. Did you guys come up with directors at all? I have one because of who eventually we went with as Xavier. Jonathan Levine.
What's he done?
50-50
Oh.
with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Marvel likes their comedy directors.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's an out-of-the-box choice.
Did you ever see 50? I think we've talked about this before.
He directed The Long Shot that came out this year, too.
And I heard that's really good. Like, that dude really liked that movie, too.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to see that movie. But, I'm also a Seth Rogen fan. Some people don't like him, And, yeah, he's got his goofy laugh. But, I like Seth Rogen.
So, I think that's our cast.
I would be okay with that.
You like that pick?
I do.
I think it's a fun pick, especially since we're going JGL with...
and something different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Marvel likes their different. So let's jump through who we have here. Our extras, I guess they're all different, except Timothy, who wants to...
He's gonna play two roles.
He's going to do dual roles? Oh, that's all right. We can do that. Mary Elizabeth Winstead will be Rogue. Timothy Chalamet will play Nightcrawler in CGI form, and then Angel in his human normal form.
I like it.
How do you say this kid's name? Brian Sunny
It looks like Soljic.
Soljic from mid-90s will play Iceman. Beast will be Will Poulter. Storm will be Zoe Kravitz. Jean Grey will be Saoirse Ronan. Cyclops Dan Stevens. Wolverine Tom Hardy. Magneto Christoph Waltz. Professor X Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Directed by Jonathan Levine.
$1 billion hit right there.
We just did it for you, Disney. Just cast all these people and hire Mr. Levine as your director.
I'd be okay with that.
I'm all right with that. I think that's a fun cast.
I think you might have to make some modifications back for my list, but we're pretty good though.
I want all your kids. Every single pick you have will be. I want them in the MCU because I like the picks. I don't want to see them as X-Men. But
so for the sake of just stupid curiosity here, then okay. So, if so, obviously we get to keep Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Xavier. Since I don't get Cillian Murphy as Magneto, who would you like to see Cillian Murphy be in any aspect of the MCU?
I think he would be a fun villain, for one. Outside right here on the spot, Silver Surfer.
Okay.
It could work.
I don't know.
Is it because he does a lot of running in time? No.
Yes, In Time is an underrated movie. By the way, I like In Time.
For being a Justin Timberlake,
It's good in the movie too.
it's a great movie.
It's
very
fun science fiction.
It's a very underappreciated Bonnie and Clyde movie.
He's great in that movie though, Cillian Murphy. No, I like that.
And how about the kids? How about Jack Dylan Grazer? Where would you?
See, I would cast them all as like a teenage group of kids. Jack Dylan Grazer as Harry Osborn.
Ooh, nice.
That could work because he's going to be on par with Tom Holland.
Yep.
I could totally see that. Okay.
Match that energy.
Haley Steinfeld.
Squirrel Girl. No, she would be awesome as Squirrel Girl.
Give her the same role she got in Spider-Verse.
Or Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, I mean we're already
An older.
very valid because
All right.
we're talking multiverse here.
All right.
She could be Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen, I like that.
Okay, I dig that. I'll go with that here. I got to keep my Will Poulter, so we're good there.
Yeah. I'm like, we all had even choices on this.
All right, I'll give you that. Since I got to, okay, all right, yeah. How about any of yours? Were there anybody on there that, since we didn't get to pick, who would you like them to see?
I think the one you guys liked the most out of these was Alan Tudyk. Where do you want Alan Tudyk then? I could see him as Silver Surfer. I have that on my brain right now. But
You just want everybody to be Silver Surfer.
a little bit. I just want Silver Surfer to be in the MCU.
I'd give him a mocap role, I think. But I don't know. Who needs mocap?
Silver Surfer.
Give him Doctor Doom.
He'd be an interesting Doctor Doom for sure.
Well,
I got a random one.
Cillian Murphy would be a great Doctor Doom.
he would.
I changed my mind. Cillian Murphy, Doctor Doom.
Yes, I could totally. I could definitely see that.
The one that sticks out on Chris's list is where are you going to put Taron Egerton when he eventually shows up in the MCU?
Human Torch.
You know he's heading there. I like that.
Oh, he could totally play the Spitfire, player that is Johnny Storm. I could totally see that.
I have two choices that I really want as
Johnny Storm?
No, he could play Johnny Storm 100% as Mr. Fantastic Invisible Woman.
Who?
You got to go with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
I was just gonna fucking say that.
Because it just needs to happen. And then you have Krasinski direct.
Oh my god.
Good choices.
Yep.
All right, so now,
Have you seen any of the pictures where people have like done like the Photoshop for Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic?
Yes, and I think he'd kill.
Oh my god, it would be great.
He would kill.
Hey, we got 3/4 of the Fantastic Four.
Let's
so
finish fan casting our Fantastic Four over here.
Well,
mocap, Alan Tudyk. It doesn't really fit, but it's mocap.
I want him as Silver Surfer though.
Who can do mocap? Really
Anyone
well?
can do mocap.
Andy Serkis.
yeah, but the question is, are they gonna is it gonna turn out like what the last Fantastic Four was? Because that was one of the things that people gave shit about the thing though too.
Marvel does mocap well. They'll figure it out, I think.
Oh, well, and yeah, you would think that the company that did Avatar would have had a better mocap for Fantastic Four than they did, because at least when Michael Chidless did the first one, at least that was all practical effects. So he looked corny as hell, but it was him underneath of it all.
Looked very corny. The Thing. I think you maybe got to just go with the obvious choice. Our new Hellboy,
David Harbour.
David Harbour.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the obvious choice is the right one.
His name came up. What was it here?
Black Widow.
Beast.
Well, no. Something about
Oh yeah, he's
casting in something else and whatnot. On the DC side, I'm like, he's already in there.
No one remembers that. Though, right?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was that they were talking about, but yeah, David Harbour's name came up. I'm like,
Can't do it.
So we have cast all of the Fox properties for him.
Mm-hmm.
John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, Taron Egerton, and David Harbour as your Fantastic Four, with Cillian Murphy as Doctor Doom and Alan Tudyk as Silver Surfer.
We got it.
that's just that one Fox property though.
That is. That's I would love
Because outside of that and Deadpool and X-Men, does Fox have anything else?
besides all the fuck ton of X-Men. No.
Well, right. The X-Men, that's what I mean. Yeah.
No, I think that's pretty much everybody they got back. So.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, that was the episode. What did you guys think of our really long fan casting? I think we have a solid team though.
We have. I still wish we had Photoshop.
We can mess around with it, Brian. Let's wrap this shiznit up. We got to do some plugs. As I said, we will have reviews for Godzilla and Rocket Man coming out. Be sure to look out for those on backlot605.com. Chris, you got anything coming up soon?
No, but I will.
Eventually.
I need an idea.
He needs an idea.
And it'll come out on Tuesday.
All right.
All I know is, the last time you were like, do you have any idea? No idea. All of a sudden, you've got a new post. What the fuck?
Why John Krasinski must direct the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh, there you go.
We also have a couple interviews that we did on the Backlot 605 podcast. You can check it out right now, our interview with the cast and crew of Everfallen. It is a local production here, 60 miles away in Sioux City, Iowa. They did a couple scenes here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So yeah, we got to sit down for an hour and talk with the director, producer, lead actor, and lead actress in that movie. So that was fun. Definitely check that out and follow that page, their page, Everfallen Film, to stay up to date on their latest on this local production. Also, you can check out, coming soon this weekend, we will have an interview with Allison Berg. She is a producer, writer, director from Labyrinth Films, so we got the chance to sit down and talk with her about her new and upcoming film.
Isn't she starring too?
And she's starring. She can do it all.
I was gonna say, don't forget to give her the credit where the credit is due.
That is true. So yeah, you can check that out. That will be coming out June 9th.
That was a very entertaining interview, I must say.
It was fun. We got to sit down and I like talking to all these local people about their stuff. It's fun.
We got to do more of that.
Yeah, we definitely. So if you are local filmmakers out there or know any, please have them send us a message wherever the hell we are. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website, email, snail mail.
Snail mail?
Yeah.
That means they got to know where we live.
Well, they can figure out hackers.
You can buy the P.O. box.
Hackers.
No. No.
No.
Fuck you, no.
Anyway, we also have coming soon every Thursday. You can check out our buddy Andy at Fat Dude Digs Flicks on Facebook and Instagram, where he does all his awesome movie reviews. Also use the hashtag Schmuck Club, because that's what we are, just a bunch of schmucks who sit around like nerds and fan cast the X-Men. 100%. So you can also
just okay.
Anyway,
no, I'm just stupid curiosity. Why did we pick this as our topic for the day? Because usually we try to tie it into shit.
Dark Phoenix comes out next week, Brian.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
So is everybody else.
We've all forgotten about it.
That's why we are looking past it to the MCU X-Men. You can check out this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, and what's our last one, Brian?
Tune in.
Tune in. I need to memorize that one.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also check out us on backlot605.com. You can find all our latest movie news, reviews, articles, anything else we want to talk about. Please check out our articles from our friends Blake and Jameson, who just recently joined the team. We just released a new article from Jameson talking about his favorite documentaries about film. So check that out on backlot605.com. But until next week, we will have a special guest. We will have Blake on the podcast, but because we're going to talk about zombie movies.
I bet you Chris is
Chris,
all
do you
over
like
it.
zombie movies?
I work next week anyway. So
Okay. We did not plan this out, but I think it works in
worked
Chris's
out.
favor.
Chris is like, oh shit, I need to work. Yes, I'm gonna work.
Yes. All right, so that'll be next week. Let's talk about zombie movies. So that gives you guys a week to think about what are some of your favorite zombie movies. And until then, Chris, thank you for joining us. I liked all your picks except Brian's were pretty bad, but Chris's were all really good.
Fuck you too.
damn.
I had a
Brian,
plan. Hey,
it's called banter.
I know. That's why I'm flipping you off and I'm saying fuck
On
you
the air,
because
because
that's
they can see that.
yeah, right. No, hey, I had a cohesive reason of the way mine were and the way they were.
Fit
like,
into yours, yes.
exactly.
Yes. All right. Anyway, until next week, Brian. This has been the Backlot 605 podcast,
And you with your damn catchphrase.
and me with my damn catchphrase. Yeah, you messed it up for me, Brian. Thank you. Anyway, we'll see you next time on the Backlot of South Dakota.